Anyway, man, let's move on. What else is next? What else is here next? We have LAHO, Shallipopi, and Burna Boy. LAHO, obviously, being one of the biggest records, okay, of the year globally, on a global conversation. I think the viral moments for it's insane. LAHO, obviously, aka the original version that we're about to hear, thanks to Burna's explanation of the remix process. I definitely I'm looking forward to this one because it was kind of teased on the stage. I didn't really get much sense or much listen into Burna Boy's verse, but I can remember I could make up of what I heard was him essentially picking up on the similar flows of LAHO and building on it essentially, which is obviously a standard Burna approach to remixes or in some cases originals. I think that's definitely is the direction I expect to hear from him on this one. I'm excited to see it, man. Obviously, I'm hoping he elevates the song not just on a commercial front, but on a like material front as well. You know what I mean? I want to get like a better record out of this one. Let's see how it goes, man. LAHO, Shallipopi, Burna. Let's go.
Don't wanna make a noise when we wanna. Desperado, many, my amigo, Balotelli, Ecumeto, LAHO, shout out to my
get it twisted. I God be my witness. Me and you not get to business. I take my kindness for weakness. Now go give to Caesar what belongs to Odogu.
No give what to Caesar what belongs to Odogu. I mean, yes, I love this God complex energy in some sense. I respect it. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Money over their love. Money no like
Actually, there's a way I can look at that line again. No give to Caesar what belongs to Odogu. Which obviously Caesar, the saying usually is give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. It's a biblical saying to essentially say pay your taxes, pay into the government, respect the government. So he's like, obviously this is of tax level of discussion that he might be hinting towards. Maybe somebody is not sorting Burna out properly on an accountant level.
All in all, man, abroad. You're my son, I'm more. The chance you for your
I wish this came a lot earlier. I wish this actually came forward as the original. Because I don't think people would appreciate the Burna moment now because, I don't think we would appreciate the Burna verse now. Because we've been so entrenched in the flow of the record that maybe beyond the Caesar, give unto Caesar what belongs to Odogu line. Other than that, I don't think there's like enough weight or substantial moments. Wink there with the substance. But anyway, listen, like I think there's, especially how we closed it. I don't think he had a strong closer of a moment. And if you listen to most Burna guest verses, he closes with a bang. Let's be fair. Like he closes with a bang from Sungba REMIX to freaking Second Sermon, to like go listen to those verses. Obviously the intros, the presence is large, and the outros, the presence is felt. You know what I mean? This outro, I didn't really feel much of that like Odogu energy on the outro, just on the as he was leaving the record. Balling Woman Abroad, Uyumasa, Gamo, them fit still chance, they still fit chance you for your tough. It definitely has a little bit of a lackluster feeling as he says the verse out, to be honest. So I can see why people will probably not gravitate towards this remix as much, because obviously if you're getting a remix of this nature, the idea of it is to break it more in this territory, which I already thought LAHO had hit the peak that he could have hit in this territory. But a Burna choice supposedly would elevate it in this territory and globally. I don't know if it has that oomph around it. You know what I mean? That you typically hear from Burna. unfortunately. But let's finish up the record though.
Minister of Enjoyment.
Thank you.
It's a continental.
Monumental. Let's go.
Forever.
Hey, this is the part.
I know the back out. I demand there must be meta. Smoke is Zaza. Let me can't forget your mother.
Oh, they fade out? Fade out is crazy. Really? They faded out the song? That's funny. That's weird, actually. Not even funny. That's actually weird. Why did they fade out the song? Anyway, man. Obviously, people are going to... Okay, listen. Let me first preface by saying the point of remixes, in many instances, especially when it's like, say, international, we saw it with Essence. As soon as Justin Bieber jumped on the record, we that loved the record for however long we had the record in our sense, the Justin Bieber remix was not for us. It was for the people that have not heard the song. Okay? Typically remixes are going to propel artists from say from the bubbling under on the cusp of really blowing up the momentum to obviously mainstream acceptance and awareness. Now, LAHO had already gotten the mainstream acceptance and awareness of the Nigerian, at least, ecosystem, the Nigerian and diaspora ecosystem. You know what I mean? Almost to the point where it's leaking into other global markets too, right? So LAHO had already done something that you can say like, but having a Burna feature doesn't feel necessary. Like, I mean, it doesn't actually hit the quota of where you would go for remixes in terms of you want a remix to elevate the song beyond the peak that the song has reached, right? This is undoubtedly one of the hottest songs in the year. Undoubtedly one of the hottest songs in the year. A Burna feature would definitely need to either like sonically upheld and justify its presence, because sonically you need to justify your presence because we know the game here is a commercial game, right? And when it comes to a situation where the commercial need doesn't feel as necessary, you have to supplement it with the sonic elevation to it. You know what I mean? So the sonic contribution to it it's to a higher bar now, right? I can see why people are not necessarily gravitating to it, because the sonic expectation now to it, especially to a market that has already, we've lived and breathed the song for so long, since it was a snippet to when it was dropped. You know what I mean? So Burna's expectation now is up here, and which is kind of unfortunate for him. There's a conversation of adding a someone was talking about adding Post Malone on the song. Like, I get the sentiment behind it. I don't know if Post Malone would be the one. Post Malone, shout out to Pixel. Post Malone would be a very comical feature to be added onto the song. I think Central C would have been great commercially, and I think sonically too he would complement the song as well, because he's that kind of a rapper that shapeshifts. You know, he's a super like poppy like rapper, so he can shapeshift. Drake would be great, but Drake is too ambitious. He's kind of focusing on his next project now, and obviously he has an album that is steaming off of a lot of buzz right now. So yeah, Drake is too ambitious. I'll give him Central C. I think that's bankable remix, for sure. But anyway, man, that was fun. We can move on from LAHO.